Hello there, everybody. Hello, especially to the people the members of the community in the Captivating Conversations community. Now, I happen to be also going live on a couple of my other pages because I do want those of you who may not have yet registered for the Captivating Conversations Summit to be able to see what you've been missing. Yeah, you're welcome. I want you to see what you've been missing the last 2 days. Today was day 2 of the Captivating Conversations Summit. While I'm talking, I'm actually waiting for our special guest to pop in. Hi there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So some of you here are members of the Captivating Conversations Summit, and some of you are not. But I want to give you a little taste of what you have been missing. And I repeated that. I realized that. A lot of things going on. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Today was day 2 of the summit. And first of all, I want to announce to everyone in the summit, because we had a whole mess of technical glitches, My opening talk disappeared. Dr. EJ's talk disappeared. There's a long story behind why that happened. It was done on Zoom, and then it was put into the summit page, and it didn't last, and we didn't know that you had to record it. I'm still waiting to hear from Zoom. Too much lip gloss. There were just so many issues. And then today, there were several of you who were not able to watch Pam's class. I didn't understand why that happened. We went behind the scenes and we figured that out. So technical glitches will happen. There's things that happen in the matrix. And so what we're doing to make up for it, and again, this is for everyone who's already registered in the Captivating Conversations .live summit. By the way, that's the way you go and get it. I see you, Tiffany. Thank you, Adonia. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Oh, hey, Ty, how are you? Thank you all so much for being here. So those of you who are already registered, or those of you who will register, you now get each speaker unlocked for you for 48 hours. So originally it was 24 hours. Yeah, it cut off. I know. I don't know why, but we went behind the scenes and fixed it. How about that? And I was getting messages from Pam Perry. It was during Pam Perry's talk that the system just went, no, and threw everybody out. No. So we went in, fixed some things, and now it's okay. So you still have, where you had your usual 24 hours, now you have 48 hours to watch all of it. Can we give access? Yes. Why don't we do that? So Team Kim is here, and I think that would be a great idea. So if you're in the Captivating Conversations Summit, you already know that you also receive a Captivating Insights workbook. What I wanted to do was create a workbook, and I did, that had every speaker's name, the name of their talk, and a space for you to write your notes, your ahas, your takeaways, your action steps. As we all know, you've heard many times that, people who take notes, people who put things in their own hand. It's going in your brain. It's going down on paper in your own hand, old school style. I mean, like, this whole thumb thing is interesting, but what really works is getting it down, and writing it down really deepens the knowledge, deepens the learning, keeps it in there for you, helps retain the knowledge. And so I did make the workbook available to everyone who attends the Captivating Conversations Summit. There's a couple of people who say, where do I get the workbook? Well, if you're on the site already, I'm glad you think the workbook is good too. I really worked hard on it to create space for you to write all your notes. There's some affirmations or some quotes in there that are yummy. There's a picture of all the speakers on the front page. So what we're going to do is actually make it available to everyone. So if you're in the sound of my voice, and I see you, Rolonda, I'm going to pick you up in just a second. I'm just doing a little administrative work. Administrivia as one of my coaches calls it. So if you see that link, you go to bit.ly/cap insights. I'm making that workbook available to everyone. Now, the good news and the bad news is that it's a beautiful workbook. The good news and the bad news is that when you get it, it's beautiful and you want to print it out, it's going to take up all the ink in your printer. I'm telling you now. You can run down, put your mask on, run down to FedEx Kinko's, when it used to be called FedEx Kinko's, I still call it that, and print it out. Or you can fill it out online. So you download that right there. I've given you the link. You download it and you're able to fill out your thoughts, your notes, your ahas, your nuggets, your takeaways, your action steps that you're going to do in that notebook. Now, in order for the notebook to make a whole lot more sense, you can register for free at captivatingconversations.live. That way you get all of the speakers that are in the book and so much more. Now, let me also say this, because you're hearing this now and because we've just unlocked all of the speakers for the next 48 hours, you'll get day one's speakers as well. So you have not missed a single thing. Let me just tell you, the comments have been real. People have been having wonderful ahas, wonderful takeaways. They're getting inspired. They're getting motivated. Folks are coming and teaching. King Ashley Ann came and taught. And today we had Rolonda Watts, and she's our special guest in just a moment. Just amazing. Who else was there? Today, Christine St. Ville taught. We had Hallie Evelyn, who did a lot of spiritual principles and opening up our spiritual, our side. Pam Perry, once you got in, talked about podcasting for profit. And what's really cool is our special guest who's coming in just a moment, podcast. That's part of what she does. So Pam's replay is available right now. Everyone's April. Oh, April spoke today. Yeah, you know what happened? She gave a download, but what happened was I recorded her interview maybe 2 weeks before we changed the date. So the download that she mentions in the interview might have expired. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to her and see if that is still available or what she has instead. If you go back to her speakers page and you connect with her, there's a link there. There's something there that she did give to everyone that's free. I think the other thing that she was offering was a paid offer. All of her stuff is absolutely amazing. You can also follow her on social media. I will reach out to her and see if the offer that she spoke about in our interview is still available or not. She was in the middle of launching her tribe domination, and that was a special for that. I have a feeling that the doors are closed to that now because of some tech issues and some scheduling issues. I had to move this back several weeks, and it could be that that particular offer is unavailable, but her freebie still is. She's still on social and still amazing, and I will check with her to see if there's something else. This is free but super valuable content. Please take advantage of all of it. Take advantage of downloading that Captivating Insights workbook. At the very least, if you don't sign up for the summit, and I don't know why you wouldn't because it's free, you will get to see who was in the summit, see all the faces of all the people, and get to see what their talk titles were a lot. And you would also see some wonderful quotes. All right. It would be nice to be reconnected to Rolonda. Well, we're about to make that happen right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, the one and only Rolonda Watts. Here she comes. There she is.
Hey, Kim.
Hey there, Rolonda. Well, your talk was very well received, madam. Very well received.
Well, thank you. You know what? I have been like watching everybody else's speeches and your interaction. It's wonderful, Kim. I mean, I am learning. I've got my notebook. I'm taking notes. I'm getting quotes. Good stuff. It's like going to a real convention. You're walking from room to room, checking out everybody, and people are talking to each other. I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Oh,
it's so much fun.
You.
I'm so honored to be a part of it too.
Oh, listen, I was very clear, and I need to shut down something off my computer because you know how the computer begins to make that noise like I'm putting on the fan. I'm real hot right now. It's almost like it's in menopause or something.
Kind of like us.
Just a lot like me. So, I've been saying several times, and I'll say again, I was very intentional with this. And I really wanted for my first time out the gate, listen, all of us are locked in. We can't do these. I do a lot of events. I know you speak at a lot of events also. And we can't travel anymore. We can't go to these places. It will eventually open up again. And we'll get to hug each other and, shake hands with each other one day. But in the meantime, we can do this. And so I'm so glad that you're actually participating and enjoying it too.
Well, you know what? I think it's a good thing too. I was just live on my Facebook telling everybody come over here. So some of my people over here. But I was just saying how important it is that in this time, I mean, how much Netflix can you watch? I mean, I love Netflix, trust and believe, but I've binged on everything by now. So I think it's really good to get some good information in your head that's going to inspire you, because a lot of us are a little shaky right now, a little uncertain, a little fearful, but creating a tribe and where you don't feel alone, and it distracts you from the day-to-day boredom too. And you're going to be better when you come out of this, and it's free.
And it's free. And of course, I'm trying to do your little vocal thing. It is free. There is a VIP option, and I always recommend that people take the VIP if you can, because what will happen is that 48 hours that I just opened everyone's all the speakers up. So your talk today too will now be available for 2 whole days. You can get it for 30 days. And you get some more support, and I'll come back and talk about that. But yeah, I really wanted to make it something that was super affordable. I have a friend who used to say, if it's free, then it's for me. And each one of these speakers is bringing the fire. And I just love that you shared, not everybody knows how you got a talk show. How does someone get a talk show? Well, I think it's being authentic. And you said, I don't have any choice but to be authentic. And how does one transition to become an actress, and transition to become a voiceover artist, and transition to become a comedian? What is that fire inside of you, Rolonda, that you can share with the rest of us?
Well, you know what? First of all, God blessed me. He gave me a lot of gifts, and he gave me a mom and dad who supported that. And I remember my mother sitting me down. I must have been a young girl in college or something. And she said, when that man across the desk ask you, what can you do? Because back then all bosses were men. She said, I want you to look at him square in the eye and say, sir, I'd save you a lot of time if I tell you what I can't do.
Woo!
And so I will, and for some reason that stayed in my head. I said, what if you could do it all? And, we lived during times where that was totally unpopular. That was not the thing to do. But I just thought about what my life would look like if I didn't use my gifts. And a lot of times those gifts, Kim, came in handy. You remember the writer's strike in Hollywood, the longest strike in Hollywood history. I had just given up a talk show to come out here and be an actor. And I was on a picket line giving pizza. And I had to think, what else can I do? 9 months of unemployment. What else do I have inside of me that can save my butt right now? And I knew that when I called 411, they knew it was Rolonda. Remember back in the day, you'd call and get information. Can you give me the number for it? They go, is this Rolonda? This Rolonda? I was like, yeah, could you give me the number? And I said, well, maybe I have a career in voiceovers. And with a lot of work, now I'm a voiceover artist. Unemployment, wrote a book. Now I'm an author. So these times are great times. And that's why I'm so excited about the information and you putting fire in people's belly.
Oh,
and that's what's important, to know that there's life beyond this scary place where there is no certainty, and your job may not be there. You are there for you, and you find those gifts inside, not in your house, inside your heart and your passion and your mind and your love for what you do.
So true. This is so good. I have sort of a nickname for this whole summit and this whole time. I call it pivot on purpose. You can pivot at this time. And sometimes pivot doesn't mean spinning your head all the way around and looking way back there. It's just looking at the perspective that's right there. Or for the first time, looking for what's right in front of you. And like you said, your gifts are inside of you. Open up something that you've always wanted to do now. And in fact, now we know the states are beginning to open up. But I think that things are going to be slow to return to some semblance of normal. And what is normal anyway? Don't get me started.
But I love that analogy of a pivot, Kim, because there's that one foot that's in place and the other foot moves around in 360. So you're still yourself. You're still the authentic you. But each one of those pivots, a 360 degree of your life, represents another vision, another angle, another way of looking at things, another way of repurposing your life,
Hmm.
you know. And sometimes reinvention comes with what you're already doing. You just do it a different way, like what we're doing right here online,
Indeed.
Zooming.
And zooming and whatnot, and stream yarding and whatnot. Yeah.
Stream yarding.
Right.
Sorry,
Well,
stream yarding.
it is doing what you do and finding a new way to do it. Like you said, I love that idea of that it's a new view. And when you look at things from a different way, the great Wayne Dyer, his phrase was, I believe, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So it's literally and figuratively and metaphorically and spiritually and all those things. We need to look at things in a different way, in a different light, shining a different light on them. And knowing that we are built for this, that it's within you. And, the phrase is, and we've heard the cliche before, everything happens for a reason. But I think that it's more than a reason. I think it's divinely inspired.
No question.
And what you do with it makes an incredible difference. Your energy about it is so positive, and you're allowing yourself to say that. Do you have any friends that are not so?
Yeah, but that's who you are, though. I mean, that you share your gifts, and your gifts is bringing good people together, sharing great information, and helping the pivot. What you're doing here is just so good, because I think at this time it's deeply needed. And while we're watching each other share our gifts and stories, we're not thinking about that bill. We're not thinking about the crazy kid. We're not thinking about my marriage is falling apart. We're not, we're thinking about things that enrich our lives.
Indeed. Denise just said here, what we think about, we bring about. Indeed. Thank you, Denise Benz, who is also one of the speakers. I don't have my day list in front of me. I have this great big, those giant sticky notes.
Yeah.
I have this giant sticky note with all the speakers all lined up. It's been my dream for little over a month to make this happen. We made it happen very quickly. And by the way, that's why some of the technical glitches happened, because we were building things very quickly.
You're learning. Nobody cares. We're watching you learn too.
Right.
We're all learning, honey.
There's something to be said about that. Christine St. Ville today talked about fear being face everything and rise, or what was it? I think it's face everything and rise. There's something to be said about looking at fear in the face. I have a friend who says, I'm going to punch fear in the throat. That's a little violent for my taste. But what would you say to somebody who's like, I'm kind of scared. I know I've got something inside of me. It feels like it's burning in my belly, but I'm kind of scared to do it. What would you say to someone like that?
This is what I say all the time in my reinvention retreat. When you're prepared, you're no longer scared. And that is sitting down, thinking it out. It doesn't have to be the perfect right move. It just has to be, as actors, what do they say when we go in that audition room? Nobody knows what they're looking for.
Nobody knows. Just make a choice.
Make a strong choice. You can always pivot along the way. You can always redo it. You can always make it better. The glitches won't be there the next time. But I tell you, if you got to take an action step, and that's the thing. Fear, they say this thing about false evidence appearing real, but fear is a very real emotion. Let's get real about this. Fear is a real emotion. It serves human beings well. It saves our lives. It tells us when something's wrong. It tells us when to fight, flight, or fright, whatever. But it's using those, as we talk about our strategies and tools and techniques in harnessing that fear. And as as performers, we take fear every day and turn it into performance. Yeah. And half of those Oscar-winning performances were people scared out of their wits.
Right.
Everything you see that's fantastic. You don't think Picasso was scared to show that first painting?
The first, with the eyeball way over here.
The eyeball over there, because they said abstract. What the hell is abstract? Are you crazy?
Something brand new.
What? A movement of art.
Indeed.
So
you do it scared. So what is it? Yeah. What if you're not prepared, then you're not scared? No, what's your phrase again?
So when you're prepared, you're no longer scared.
And sometimes the preparation is just steeling yourself to go, I'm going to give this a try. You said something very interesting during your talk, and you mentioned it again here, and I want to make sure people heard that you were present to how would my life be if I didn't go and do this thing? And I had a coach one time who said, there's fear and then your future. What do you honor more? Do you honor the present fear, or do you honor the future where you're going? And so I love that you're like, I just didn't want to have a life that was unfulfilled. And I think that would be a wonderful way to fuel someone if they feel that they can't do something.
Yeah, when my talk show ended and I said, I'm going to Hollywood because I've always wanted to be an actor. And I know that sounds crazy to people, but I majored in theater arts at Spelman College. That little girl still wants to be an actor. I'm going to make sure that happens for her. I could fall flat on my face. I don't care. I'm going to sit at 80 years old on the porch going, I was there in Hollywood and I tried. It's not going to be I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't want any of my sentences at this time in my life on out starting with I shoulda. And I think that that's part of the biggest fear. I think the bigger fear than trying something new is the fear of what my life will look like if I don't.
No, huge.
You got a dream in you that's been sitting there waiting for you to come on and muster up courage. And Dr. Maya Angelou saying courage is the greatest of all virtues. Because without courage, you can't exhibit anything else with consistency. You can't even love with the consistency, be kind with consistency, much less make a new career.
Indeed.
So, Kim, we do this stuff because we love the people who have loved us over all of these woo-woo years, And I think that this type of encouragement is so needed. So few times do we have people who encourage us on our dreams. They encourage us to get to work on time, take care of those babies, make sure that food is right. But did anybody stop and say, have you dreamed today? Can I help you believe in something today? You and I can encourage people all day long, but courage is something you only find for yourself.
Nice.
And so we'll hold your hand. We'll give you 50 million great people around you to help you. We'll be your friends. But only you can find the courage to take you through. And encouragement is what you're presenting here in the summit. And I think it's so needed right now, honey. You're doing the Lord's work.
I'm doing the Lord's work. Thank you. People seem to really love it. I had two of the ladies who are participating who are actually my friends from high school. One who is a left corporate and was courageous enough to step out and build several other businesses. Another who became a doctor, didn't go into med school until age 35, single mom. They both called me last night, and they are getting we've known each other since we were 14 years old, and here we are together, courageously living our lives out loud. And if I can be any part of reminding other people that it lives in them also, then I'm here with it. Now let's talk a little bit about your reinvention. You're the queen of reinvention. I mean, and I told, like I said on the interview, for those of you who are not signed up for the Captivating Conversations Summit, you need to, because you need to see this talk. You've gone from, you were my newswoman, Rolonda Watts, Eyewitness News. You were my newswoman in New York. And then you transition to be an actress, and then you transition voiceover, and then you transition, and it's all a piece of you. You teach people how to reinvent themselves also. You have a Reinvention Summit retreat.
Yes, the Rolonda's Reinvention Retreat. And it's a joy. I mean, my brand has become, that girl who reinvented herself all those times. So it's kind of like, well,
that's good.
But I tell you, it has been one of the greatest joys of living this life. And that is, and I guess in a strange kind of way, I'm thanking the universe for all the adversity and the hardships that you guys never saw. You didn't see me when I was trying to figure out what in the world am I going to do? How am I going to pay for this house? How am I going to do this? You didn't see those times. But those were the times where I really had to come in and hunker down and look, get quiet, can't go out and play, and start thinking about, who are you? What do you have to say to this universe? What is your legacy going to be? And I know I'm a storyteller. You talk about that pivot. The foot is in storytelling. Whether I do it in the news or talk shows or comedy or coaching or acting or whatever, I'm still telling stories that I hope impact people's lives and help them change for the better. And
Yes.
I can tell you, and I think I have a gift. I see things in people that they don't see in themselves. And I think
Mm,
sometimes worry and fear and uncertainty gets us so deep in the forest alone that it takes sometimes a hand to say, hey, honey, I got you. And have you seen that? Do you know this about yourself? I'm listening
mm,
to you. And what I'm hearing is somebody who boom, boom, boom. And I just see amazing things happen to as you do when you're coaching people, you see that light bulb go off.
oh,
And
absolutely.
that is the most wonderful feeling, other than standing on a stage and making people laugh, as we both love to do. It's also something to make that light bulb go off and people say, wow, I never thought about it that way. I didn't think I would even have that gift. I never even thought about that. And I'm working with people who are making major strides, whether
Mm.
it's in the voiceover business or they want to become a speaker or write that book, do that podcast. There's so much out there to do right now. And now is the time. Ditch that old job you hated.
We
You know,
didn't like it there
you
anyway.
didn't like it anyway.
We're all crying about gotta go back to. I didn't.
Monday, you know, Monday's the number one time people have heart attacks because they go to them jobs they hate.
When I read that statistic years ago, and I go, why Monday? It's because they're waking up to go to that job they hate. I'd rather die than go back to that job. This is your chance to reinvent yourself. So you
That's
have the Rolonda's Reinvention Retreat.
retreat. And you know, just save a seat, it's free. You know, we're gonna be talking. And Kim, I want you to come on my retreat too.
Because I'm the queen of. I've done the same thing.
I know.
Putting
Now,
on
how many times have you reinvented?
same here. So started out as a stand-up comedian, transitioned into acting, and I was very clear, even as a stand-up, that acting was my goal. I wanted to be Carol Burnett and Lucille Ball. And then when I discovered Whoopi Goldberg, I wanted to be Whoopi. Acting then led to, I remember sitting in my trailer at Living Single and going, this show is not going to last for forever. I remember one time, distinctly remember Erica Alexander, who's also a part of the summit,
Right.
Friday. She was on her way to her trailer. I said, girl, what you doing? She said, I'm on my way to my trailer to write my comeback piece. And I was like, your comeback piece? What you gonna need to come back from? And that spark in me was like, wait a minute, I need to keep my stand-up going. I need to keep my acting going. I need to write my first book. I need to do my first one-woman show. I need to ... And then the speaking came, and then the coaching came, and that's my jam too. I also have a foot in storytelling. I love the power of story. I love the power of story to create resonance. When you're telling your story, you're looking for yourself in that person's story. Could I have been that courageous? Could I be that smart? Could I have been that dumb? Whatever it is. And I love this kind of work too. So yesterday, I was on Instagram and somebody said, "What's the matter? You're not an actress no more." I think that's how his voice sounded. I was like, "No, I'm that and a bunch of other things." And nowadays, if you're multi-passionate. I remember one time somebody said, "You should only do. Why are you doing so many things? You should just do one thing." I'm like, I don't even have it in my soul to do one thing. And doing these other things keeps you another set of R's that I love: relevant and ready.
Multiple streams of income, always relevant, never miss a beat. And if you can make it look seamless, baby, you got it. You got it going on. But here's the thing too, Kim. So many times there'll be that one person who'll say, and it will destroy a person's dreams.
So true.
Stop telling people what you're dreaming of. Just do it. Just do it. And if you need to get that dream to the next level, a lot of times our family doesn't support us. A lot of times our friends don't support us because you scare them because they're not ready to make the moves you're ready to make. You remind them of all they have not done. So you're going to leave a lot of people behind. But that's why it's important to get involved with summits like this or retreats like mine. I don't care where you go. Get around like-minded mastermind people, thought leader people. What you're doing here, Kim, is what I call divine leadership. This is called divine leadership. And this is where we need to be right now, because I don't want to go back to where we were, because clearly that was not working. Not only do you have to change, everything's got to change, because that was not working. And I think that's what Spirit is telling us. Right. So how will you step out when this big cloud is lifted? What you gonna look like when you step out your house? Will you be smarter, on point, with plans, strategies, ready to go? Now your hair may be gray, you may be 10 pounds heavier, but where's your head at?
Indeed. I'm trying to work on that piece too. And by the way, we have some conversations, maybe not about the hair being gray. I mean, that's where I'm wearing, me and my little wig hat are going to be just fine. Just fine.
Look, I had a wig on for your interview. I was going to throw another one on, couldn't find it.
No, but
And
it
then
looks
our
good. It
buddy
just,
said, I ain't mad at nobody. This is wisdom, boo. This goes with the conversation.
this goes with the conversation. It's a captivating conversation, my dear. Thank you so much for coming in onto the page. Now, once again, this is the page of the Captivating Conversation Summit, but I did share it to some other pages. I wanted people to see what they're missing. You can go to captivatingconversations.live. Oh, where'd she go? And sign up. Where did she go? Oh, she went. She's gone. She gone. And also, Rolonda, I can't see you. Can you tell us where we can find information?
I know. What happened?
I don't know. Tell us where we can get the information about the retreat.
You can hear me though, right?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Go to Rolonda.com. ROLONDA.com. I got a phone call and it kind of screwed up everything.
That's what it is.
I'm still here. Yeah.
I'm fitting to get off anyway. And yes, I said fitting her. Rolonda, thank you so much for being so generous and following your mind, your heart, and your dreams. There you are. Thank you for following your mind, your heart, and your dreams. Thank you for helping others to see that it lives in them. Thank you for being excellent at what you do. And we will come and check you out at Rolonda's Reinvention Retreat.
I love you, Kim. I'm so proud of you.
That.
I mean, folks are going to be so happy. And everybody, go tell all your friends. Let's all support Kim in doing this and support all the other speakers. And let's get out of here. Let's get ahead of the game and come out banging.
Banging. There we go. Thank you. See you.
All right,
see you next time.
Love you.
Love you back.
Bye.
Oh, that was good stuff. All right, everybody, I'll let you go have the rest of your evening. Those of you who are in the Captivating Conversation Summit, and if you're not, you can still join. Let me tell you who we have tomorrow. The schedule for tomorrow is, putting up now, you've got LaShonda Henry of Sister Six, who's going to talk about how to start and grow your business online with the multiple streams of income that you need. Heather Hermes is going to come and talk about how to monetize what you love. It's the multiple streams of income that you need, and she loves to talk about strategies to thrive through grief and loss. My girl Mello Garcia is a beautiful therapist, and just beautifully helps us deal with this grief and loss. A lot of us are dealing with loss, and we're not even aware that we are. She taps you into that. That would be really, really good and needed. One of my besties and my spiritual brother, Scott Ellis, and talk about how to move the finish line. You got to move. You got to remove the finish line. It's not even there anymore. There is no finish line. And we're going to end with Kim Fields talking about being refreshing. Refresh yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit. And she reveals some things that she has never revealed in an interview before, but she did it with me. I hope to see you there. All you do is go to, where are you? All you do is you go to captivatingconversations.live. All the information will be there. And I'm so glad. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for being here. And by the way, you can share this with a friend. Please do. Share this with people who want some extra divine yumminess just put up on them. Everybody have a great rest of your evening, day, or whensoever you watch the replay. Thank you.